Hi, and welcome to two4MK. We're up here today at Baystate Franklin Medical Center, and I'm here with Jenni Lanoue, who's the Director of Patient Care Services. And Jenni's going to tell us a little bit about what happens up here on the med-surg units at Baystate Franklin.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming today, Mark. It's
My
nice
pleasure.
to have you here.
Yeah.
Yes, so I oversee our ICU, which is a 6-bed ICU, and then we have 3 med-surg tele units. So they're called spokes, and that is because of a design that was done way back. And when you look up at Poet C Tower, which is behind the hospital, it looks like spokes of the wheel.
Yeah,
so
and the units were pretty full today when
yes,
we went
our
through.
census is pretty full, which is good. We like to have a full census. So one of the things that's allowed us to have a full census is adopting teletracking. So we adopted teletracking in November of last year, and since then we've brought transfers in from outside hospitals where we wouldn't have had that opportunity before. So we brought transfers from Athol and from Brattleboro. So now we have a centralized patient placement department at BMC, and they transfer the patients directly to us as opposed to BMC. So that lightens the load a little bit at BMC and helps us with our census.
And
so
it really is much
good.
more convenient for patients
Yes.
who are up along Route 2 or in southern Vermont to come to Greenfield as opposed to going all the way to Springfield. So it's really been a big advance. Hey, I understand you're doing some interesting stuff around rounding on patients first thing in the morning.
Yes, so we just started a process this Monday for interdisciplinary rounding, and we do it at a board in our patient care suite. It's our teletracking board. We run every patient. It's the physician, case manager, nurse, and then from there we go to the bedside. The nurse and the physician do to update the patient on their plan of care.
So you're looking for discharge readiness and for various
Discharge
quality indicators, all those things. And it all gets done by 8:45.
It does, from 8:15 to 8:45.
Fabulous. Yeah. Well, some great innovations going on up here at Baystate Franklin. Jenni, thanks for spending some time with us.
Yes, thank you for coming.
My pleasure. The one-take nurse manager. All right. Now let's get to your questions. With the healthcare landscape changing quickly, what's the best way for team members to stay up to date and learn about how Baystate Health is involved? Well, there certainly is a lot going on these days in healthcare, and we try to boil it down and make it relatively easy for employees to understand. And there are a number of different things that you can do to try to stay up to date. The first is, coming up in December, we have an all-employee meeting, which is going to be broadcast live across the system and also taped so that people can watch it at off hours if they're interested. I'm just finishing now my annual report of the Board of Trustees, which we also will edit down and make it a little bit more easy to get your arms around. And that is going to be published to the whole organization in December. And it's a kind of a greatest hits as well as some of our greatest misses from the last year, and you should be able to get a good idea of what's going on. Beyond that, there are these videos, as well as a monthly blog. And then finally, if you're not able to get your questions answered, make a comment on one of the videos or ask your manager, and we'll do our very best to get you the answers that you want. So I think that between all of those things, there should be a way for you to get your questions answered. The second is, what's your favorite podcast? I don't do a lot of podcasts. I tend to listen to music when I'm in the car, and when I'm at home I tend to read books, but there are a couple that I like. The first is This American Life with Ira Glass. He's a great storyteller, and I enjoy that a lot. There's another one from Mo Rocca called Mobituaries, where he looks at people's lives and has interesting stories to tell there. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at the all-employee meeting coming up on December 12th.